So this here is how Pat does the training programs for me. Tuesday and Thursday, we've got my group bike rides for fun. Pretty exciting stuff. Morning, Trainiacs. Today, day one of training for Ironman Austin 70.3 on October 29th. Let's talk about how to start a training plan, huh? Shall we? What do you say? It's kind of foggy in here today. Like, it is hot. So, Trainiacs, Pat gave me the heads up that the coaching plan is all set. Kind of gave me a skeleton of it last week, but now it's ready to go. So let's take a look at this, and it's a good indication of how you should be starting a triathlon training program. So this here is how Pat does the training programs for me. He lays out every single workout, or 2 workouts, or 3 workouts every single day. And then on the side, every day, I have to punch in my motivation level, my level of recovery, my level of sleep, how much sleep I got, and how the workouts went. And what Pat does is he takes a look and he says, all things perfect. If they go super well, no hitches, this is the training program that Taren should be going towards. And then he'll monitor my levels of motivation, recovery, sleep, and workout. And we'll also be talking back and forth, and I'll be saying like, dude, the commuting in -30 weather in Winnipeg is killing me, or I'm really busy and stressed out at work, so that's taking a toll on me, or I'm just not jiving, something isn't feeling good. And from that, he'll take, say, week number 1 here, and then week number 2 will be adjusted. He does the training plans in 1 week on, 2 weeks on, and then 3rd week is a rest. So it's kind of similar to what he set up at triathlontaren.com/coaching, that you've got 2 weeks of work, 1 week of rest, and you've got to monitor your motivation, your recovery, and your sleep. The difference is that every single week, Pat is monitoring and tweaking what's happening going forward, whereas in your case, that's just kind of left up to you. So let's talk about where we start. Race season, summer. What he set up for me here is all of the workouts that I need to do in a week. We have a swim, a tempo workout Monday morning, and then a pool and maintenance routine just shortly after. So I'm gonna be at Pan Am Pool somewhere around an hour and a half to 2 hours. The circuit and maintenance routine is very, very light, just keeping my body activated. Tuesday and Thursday, we've got my group bike rides for fun, because I want to stay motivated, and it'll help for the shorter race that I'm going to do in August when I do an Olympic, just for kicks here locally. On Wednesday, I've got a swim and a pool maintenance routine, same sort of thing as Monday. I find that little bits of maintenance, little bits of strength and core and stability movements help keep me injury free, but nothing is like big strength movements, because I'm right in race season. You don't want to be doing a ton of big strength movements right in race season. It's just too much for your body to handle to be getting better at an endurance sport and stronger. So what we want to do is maintain the strength and keep the muscles activated, but not necessarily build them up. Friday is going to be an open water swim, no other workouts. And then the key workouts are Saturday, we're going to have an endurance ride of 2 to 3 hours. We're going to start building up my endurance so that 90K on the bike in a half Ironman is like, psh, no big deal, easy. And then a small transition run of 4 to 6K, zone 2, really light afterwards. And Sunday is an endurance run progressing from 8 miles to 10 miles, and then we'll start building that up, and an open water swim, or just a swim in the pool if I can. Now here's the thing to notice about this for where you start in the first few weeks of a triathlon plan. Yes, I could go out and absolutely start smashing myself, doing key workouts, doing time trials, doing track workouts, just having murderous workouts, but you don't need to. If you're constantly at, say, a level of like right up here with the intensity and the workload, you're just gonna kind of get stale. What you want to do, even over the course of 3.5 or 4 months, is slowly build up, because that's going to keep you injury free and keep you from getting burnt out. And you start doing more and more key workouts as you get close to a workout because you can't keep that kind of level of workload going for very long. That's gonna be about a 12.5-hour training week with maybe 2 to 3 hours of it being intense. Let's go back and relate this to what I was doing right in the thick of things training for Campeche. Now this is my week about 3 weeks out from Campeche, like right in critical time. It was a similar sort of structure that I had 3 swims, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I had bikes Tuesday, Thursday. I had another run Tuesday. I was starting some heat training. I was still doing all that maintenance routine, but the intensity and the workload was way different. So the swim Monday, Wednesday, Friday, basically the same, but what's different is here I had 3 runs that were fairly intense from 45 to 60 minutes on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, instead of just Tuesday right now. However, we didn't start with 2.5 hours of intense running. We started with 1/2 hour. We built up to that. And I could tell that when we had built up to that and like I was right at max volume, my body was just hanging on for dear life because we had maxed out. If I had done that for all of the 3 months leading up to it, I would have burnt myself out. Now, in addition to that, the morning bikes on Tuesday and Thursday grew from about 50 minutes long all the way up to an hour and a half long. And the weekend ride was mandated at least 2 to 2.5 hours of really purposeful runs. No, bikes. And you see here, instead of the weekend endurance run being 8 to 10 miles, here we're like 14 to 15 miles. So now the whole thing about starting a triathlon training program is that it's not like you start and bam, you're on the pain train right away. It's more like you gotta start and make sure that you're building a base of fitness to accept that high intense, huge volume that happens in say the 3 to 6 weeks before a race. That's when you're getting really fit. Looking back at Mark Allen back in the 80s and early 90s when he was winning all of his Ironmans, he said that he would train from January until the middle of August, basically just to get himself ready for Ironman training. And then he would do 6 weeks of huge volume, huge intensity. But that 6-month buildup is to build a base of fitness, a base of strength, make sure that your cardiovascular system is firing on all cylinders, but not just constantly punish, 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 because your body can't peak that many times. So start off your triathlon training with making sure that you're building fitness, not murdering yourself right away. That'll come. And we've got some excellent triathlontaren.com/coaching programs that can take you on that building journey. Very phenomenal. So Trainiacs, that is day 1 of triathlon training for IM Austin 70.3. I gotta say that I'm a fair bit excited about seeing how my body reacts to this training plan as opposed to last training plan for Campeche. Because coming into Campeche, I had a fairly big base of fitness, but not a base of fitness under under Coach Pat's triathlon training program. Now I've got an entire half a year, 8 months under Pat's tutelage. Pretty exciting stuff. And I'm not stuck inside training in the winter for a hot weather race. Thought of that. Day 1, done.